literally her earring was like pretty much ruined. Hi everyone, my name is Rosanna and I am addicted to luxury fashion, all kinds of shopping. Today I want to talk to you specifically about Chanel jewelry and more of their costume jewelry. I have a couple of pieces from Chanel costume jewelry and some that I absolutely love. These are just two of my favorite pieces. You can see this is one of my most worn item. It has a little bit of tarnishing in the back. It's these beautiful pearls and it's like a beautiful light champagne gold. It's like such a signature ring. And then I do also have these like beautiful CC earrings that have that little bit more of that detail with the little crystals on the bottom. And they are like, you know, a larger size. So it's like super bold. If you wear them, everyone's going to know. And honestly, the thing about Chanel jewelry is that even though it's so beautiful, because it's costume jewelry from Chanel, which is a significant price, to be honest. Like the last collection we were chatting about the new Chanel jewelry, and they start at like 500 USD to $1,000 for their necklace, for everything. For costume jewelry, so costume jewelry basically it's some kind of alloy. Usually it's like a brass alloy, for example. It's like brass and then it's just electroplated with a metal color. So maybe a simpler terms is that it's not even silver or gold. It's nothing to do with precious metal. And I had no idea about this when I first started to buy Chanel costume jewelry when I was very young. I only have a select few pieces, and these are just some bits that I do have. And I've heard so many horror stories firsthand from people, and I have like a couple of small little stories too. I had this Chanel pearl strand necklace way back, and my pearls literally just fell off. And that's not the first story I've heard of that. Luckily this ring, nothing has ever happened to it, but you can see it tarnishing. And for like $1,000 ring, you kind of expect better quality, you know? Like I don't really expect any of, it's hard to see, but it's like tarnished all in the back here. And you can see the color just chipping away. I'll do like a close-up shot. So even though it's gorgeous, it screams Chanel at like a decent price point almost, it's really not worth it. I remember when I was about 14 years old, and that's when I really started getting into Chanel. I desperately wanted these earrings. Like I wanted them so bad. I just wanted plain CCs. I wanted like either the crystal or these plain ones with small crystals. And at that time they retailed for about like $400, which is, you know, in a sense it's like a reasonable price point for Chanel. But in the end I opted to get Tiffany instead, which was sterling silver. I got like the heart return to Tiffany earrings that I still have today, and those earrings were probably about $200. And the thing is that Tiffany's is still like a gorgeous brand. It's still a luxurious brand, and it is sterling silver, so it's at least over time, even if it tarnishes, you can get like a silver polishing cloth, wipe it down, and it looks like new. But for Chanel costume jewelry, it would never return back to how it is. Luckily they have like a decent policy about any gemstones or pearls falling off, just because they know, and this is like a known quality concern. I've had people, and myself as well, brought back jewelry that has like a missing pearls, and Chanel does fix it for you for free. But why would you want your costume jewelry with pearls that are falling off that you paid $500 to $1,000 for anyways? So my recommendation is don't buy Chanel jewelry. At least not their costume jewelry. If you were really wanting to buy Chanel jewelry, opt for the fine jewelry. Yes, it's definitely more pricier, I think they start around 2,000, 3,000. Like one of their signature collections right now is the Coco Crush. That's really gorgeous. That's 18 karat gold. But I do really like the Coco Crush. They have one that's encrusted with diamonds on the top, and then one that's just a plain band. They have it in bangles and necklace form variations as well, but they don't have like, I don't believe they have signature like CC earrings like this in fine jewelry, but definitely you can spend your money elsewhere that would be more worth it. So and one of my girlfriends in the past, she bought CC earrings too, and she, you know, like sometimes we forget to take off our earrings or necklaces and whatnot when we go to shower. That's why I usually opt for fine jewelry, and her ears turned green, and it was from these CC earrings. They were a different pair, of course, like hers, and the back of her ear turned green, and it didn't even go away for a few days, and literally her earring was like pretty much ruined. I think she managed to clean most of it off herself with like a little polishing cloth. Again, just use a silver polishing cloth, even if your jewelry is not silver. But it's just so disappointing to see, and you can tell they're like really, really hard to clean, even if you wanted to, just because of so many crevices in the design. Generally, I love the costume jewelry from Chanel. Like, it's just, in terms of aesthetics, it's so pretty. So I'm not gonna say I'm never ever gonna buy a piece again, but it's definitely something that is super low on my wish list. I'd rather buy shoes, anything else before their costume jewelry. So I hope you take some of this to heart, and please try not to buy costume jewelry. Get fine jewelry if you want it. Just save up a little bit more. The cost per wear will be there. You can have it for so many more years to come. Pass it down to your kids. You can't do that with costume jewelry. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.